What's up, everybody? It's me, your host, Bat Tracy, sometimes spooky, always lovable, and today we're doing something a little bit different. AEW, All Elite Wrestling, is putting on a pay-per-view event, and it's Revolution, and I'm super excited for it. Wrestling is one of the very few things in my life that make me happy, and so yeah, I really enjoy AEW, and I'm going to go through the card and do predictions for every match on the card. And if you like wrestling and you want to voice your opinion, comment down below. Let me know your predictions. Alright, so we're going to start with the matches on the buy-in, which is the pre-show, and then we'll get into the main card. So let's get it. First up, we got Hook versus QT Marshall. I fucking hate QT Marshall. Just a lame-ass character and a lame-ass wrestler. I get it, he's the trainer or whatever, I don't like him. Hook is gonna destroy his ass. I'm going for Hook on this one. If you are watching this, I assume you're going with Hook also. Hook is Taz's son. Hook's a fucking badass. He's a killer. He's gonna kill QT Marshall. And yeah, Hook's undefeated run is gonna continue, because there's no way he's losing to QT. Next up, we got Leyla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. This should be a hell of a match. I really like Chris Statlander. I think she's got a goofy gimmick and it's fun. I also really like Leyla Hirsch. Like, she is very short. I don't know her height. She's very short though, and she's just fucking jacked. And I think that's really cool. I like her aesthetic. And yeah, this should be a really fun match because they've been kind of feuding recently, and they've been boom, boom, boom. You know, they were friends, and now they've been coming to blows, and it should be fun. I think Leyla Hirsch is going to win this one because she's the heel, and I think she just turned recently, so I think she needs a strong win to make her look strong. So I see her winning this, but it's also on the pre-show, so maybe they'd give it to Chris Statlander, but I don't know. I'm going with Leyla Hirsch. Alright, the third match on the buy-in, we got the House of Black, which is Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, and versus Death Triangle, Pac and Penta Oscuro, and Eric Redbeard, which is Rowan from WWE. He just re-debuted. He had his first appearance on the Celebration of Life for Brody Lee in 2020. But yeah, he re-debuted on Rampage on Friday, and yeah, they set up this six-man trios tag team match, and this one should be fun. I've always liked Eric Redbeard. I think he's a really fun big guy, even though he's kind of limited in ring, but I think he's fun. And also Malachi Black is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, so I'm excited for this one, and Buddy Matthews is my brother's favorite wrestler, so should be a good time. Jumping into the main card, we got Jade Cargill versus Ty Conte. This should be a fun match. I like Ty Conte, but this is, I would say, the match I'm least interested in, mostly because Jade Cargill, while she exudes star power, is still pretty green in the ring. Like, I don't know, her selling needs work, her footwork isn't great, but whatever. She's gonna win this. There's no way they're taking the title off her this fast. She's going to be, what, 27-0, 28-0? I don't know her record, but Jade Cargill, she's the winner. Alright, so next up we got AHFO, which is Andrade El Idolo, Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy Guevara. I fucking hate the AHFO. Even when it was just the Hardy family office, just the lamest gimmick in AEW going at the moment. I think it's just a waste of time, and I think they could be doing just anything else. Like, Private Party is a really awesome tag team, and they're stuck just walking around with Matt Hardy and losing every match they're in. It's stupid. I don't like the Matt Hardy family office, whatever the fuck it's called, and adding Andrade to the mix did nothing to help. It just made it less interesting, in my opinion. Obviously, the winner is going to be Sting's team, because they're not having Sting lose to fucking the Hardy family office. So yeah, the heels are losing this one. Sting, Sammy, Darby, they're the winners. Next up, we got a three-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Championship. We got Jurassic Express of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. They're the defending champions, going against Red Dragon of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. This one is kind of a toss-up for me because I could see Jurassic Express retaining due to infighting between Young Bucks and Red Dragon, because obviously they're going to come to blows eventually because they don't trust each other. Which, if you've ever seen their matches from ROH or anywhere else if they've wrestled, I've only seen them in ROH. It's going to be a banger of a match. I can't wait for that feud. Fucking the Elite versus Undisputed Era. It's going to be so good. So, it's going to be good. So I could see them retaining, but it's also, I think Red Dragon's going to win this one. I'm gonna lock in Red Dragon as my prediction, though I think it's almost too, I don't know, is it too early to take the titles from Jurassic Express? I mean, their reign hasn't really landed the way I hoped it would, but they've barely gotten TV time. I mean, they've defended a few times, but they just don't get solid TV time right now, so I don't know, maybe they'll give it to Red Dragon. Next up, we got Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. Obviously, this one was set up in the past couple weeks where Dragon wants to team up with Mox, but Mox is like, I don't team up with anybody unless we bleed together first, which, Mox, buddy, don't be bleeding with people. That's how you're going to get hepatitis, man. Not good. Anyway, yeah, so they're going to have a match. This should be a banger of a match because Dragon has been putting on nothing but bangers ever since joining this company. And Mox, he is pretty good in big matches. I'm not a huge fan of Mox, but when he needs to go, he goes. And I expect this to be pretty violent. Obviously, they're going to bleed. I think that's a foregone conclusion. But yeah, should be fun. I didn't predict a winner. There's no fucking way that Dragon's losing this, so Dragon's the winner. Next up, we got the grudge match between Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston. I forgot his name for a second. This is going to be a fun time. I do not personally like Chris Jericho that much anymore. I find his gimmick to be unbearable, and I don't like the things he's trying to get over. The GFY, go fuck yourself is what it means, GFY. Horrible. Just stop saying it, Jericho. You sound so old. Also, the influencer gimmick, he took it from Brian Zane of Wrestling with Regret. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not enjoying his shtick right now, and I haven't for maybe the past year. The Dan Lambert feud was fucking terrible. But Eddie Kingston, I think, is the heart and soul of AEW. I think he's amazing, and their promo work has been fucking awesome. And I think this is going to be a pretty fun match. I think it's going to be hard-hitting. I think it's going to be brawly. Kind of like CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston was, or Eddie Kingston versus Miro. Those were two good matches. I liked both of them. And, yeah, I think this will be really fun. I'm going with Eddie Kingston. He just needs to win a big match. I feel like he's lost a lot of big matches recently, ever since really joining the company. And, yeah, Chris Jericho can take a loss to anybody. He's Chris Jericho. He'll bounce back. But, yeah, I think he needs to lose. Next up, we got the Face of the Revolution ladder match for a future AEW TNT Championship opportunity. That's a WWE thing. You can't say you get a title match, you gotta say you get a title opportunity. Insider terms. It was like the Eddie Kingston promo on Rampage where he talked about kayfabe. Crazy. Yeah, so this is Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Warlow versus Christian Cage. This is a stacked match. Right off the bat, you might notice there's the three very large men in this match. You got Keith Lee, you got Hobbs, you got Warlow. Some big, meaty men. And so I think it's going to be big, meaty men slapping meat, but with a ladder involved. And you got Christian Cage, who knows everything there is to know about ladder matches. Ricky Starks is, I think, the most athletic, maybe, in the group. He's not really even a high flyer, but it's weird that they didn't put any high flyers in this match, but I think that makes it more interesting. And, yeah, Orange Cassidy's Orange Cassidy. So, basically, I think this is going to be really fun, and I got 2 predictions for this, though I'm going to lock in a winner. I think Keith Lee could walk away with it because he's the shiny new toy. They want to maybe make him look strong. But also, he can take this loss because technically it's not really a loss because it's not a pin or a submission or anything, so it won't really be a loss, you know what I mean? And for that reason, I'm locking in Wardlow as my choice because with all the storyline options that he has going forward with fucking his accountability buddy Shawn Spears and MJF and CM Punk and all this, he's definitely going to win this match. I mean, there's no other option, right? But it will be interesting to see how Hobbs and Starks work together in this match since they're both on Team Taz. Maybe they'll come to blows, trying to win. Who knows? Alright, the next match is for the AEW Women's World Championship, and it's Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defending against Thunder Rosa. And, obviously, Thunder Rosa, right? I mean, come on, right? Right? It feels like Britt Baker has beaten everybody on the roster, basically. And who else can she defend against? Realistically, I mean, I feel like there's no one on her level except for Thunder Rosa. So give it to Thunder Rosa, let her have some fun defenses, have her have some banger matches, and I think it's her time. You know, I think she's the one who, well, I guess 2 people. Riho never lost to Britt Baker until Battle of the Belts, which I missed Battle of the Belts. It's the only show I've missed of AEW in a long time. But I think Thunder Rosa has never been beaten by Britt Baker also. Am I right? If I'm wrong, I'll put it on screen, but I'm pretty sure Thunder Rosa has never lost to Britt Baker. So I don't think she's losing here. I think Thunder Rosa's taking the title. And next up we got CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match. So this should be a fucking war. This is going to be such a good match. Like, their first match at on Dynamite was fucking incredible. Just a banger of a match. I think this one's going to be incredible. I'm so pumped for this. CM Punk's my favorite wrestler of all time, so I'm a big CM Punk mark, but I think this is going to be a really good match. Just recently, I watched CM Punk versus Raven in a dog collar match from ROH back in 2005, I think that was. So that was a really good match, and they're playing up the ROH ties recently because Tony Khan bought ROH. CM Punk's been referencing ROH things from his past in promos and stuff, and so I think this is going to play a lot like that match, and I think it'll be a fun, brutal time. Definitely going to be blood in this match. I mean, there's been blood in the just the build, so definitely going to be blood in this match. It's going to be hard, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be fucking great. I'm going with CM Punk. I think CM Punk's going to win this. He lost their first match, and I could see this going to a trilogy. So I think he's going to get his win back here. But at the same time, it'd be pretty weird if MJF won again. Because, oh boy, that guy is so fucking hateable. You just want to punch him in his stupid face. And yeah, him being the guy who beat Punk both times would be a lot for him to crow about. So yeah, I could see it going both ways, but I'm locking in CM Punk. And then the main event of Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship, and it's the Battle of the Atoms. You got Page, you got Cole. Page is defending his championship against Cole, who's the #1 contender, and I think this is going to be a really good match. I'm not super sold on Hangman, his character. Like, I get it. He's the sad millennial, and I can relate to that a lot, because I'm a sad millennial. But, yeah, I don't know. His reign has felt subpar to me a little bit, and it's mainly just because he doesn't get a lot of TV time for promos and such, or to build a feud, really. And, like, the Dragon stuff was fucking great, but then with Lance Archer, they just kind of had a match. Like, there wasn't really a lot of build to it, though that stairs bump that he took from Lance Archer, holy fuck, was that brutal. But yeah, he's had some solid defenses. Like, all 3 of his matches so far have been fucking great. I really liked the Lance Archer match. I thought that was awesome. But Yeah, so this should be a really good match, and I don't see Hangman losing here. I think he's going to be the first guy to beat Adam Cole, and that could cause some tension between him and the Young Bucks, or versus him and Red Dragon. Like, there's so many opportunities for storytelling, and I think Hangman's going to move on to maybe CM Punk, maybe MJF, maybe Dragon, you know, anybody like that. So, yeah, I think Hangman's going to retain here, and that is that. So that was all the matches announced for Revolution. Revolution. Have you guys ever seen the Wrestling with Regret video where the guy sings that, where he's like, Revolution? Anyways, that's all the matches and all my predictions. So let me know, what are your predictions? Let me know down below if you're planning on watching. I'm really excited for the show, and that's all. So yeah, I was thinking about maybe even filming a video of me, like, watching it and, like, my reactions or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So that's all, folks and yokes. That's an egg joke for you. That joke's going to cost $5, so donate $5. Yeah, have fun watching the show if you do. If you don't know anything about wrestling, that's a pretty good time to jump on. Why don't you buy the show? It's $50. $50, little man. Put that shit in AEW's hand. So yeah, I don't know how to end this. So it's over. Bye. That's all, I guess. Yeah. My links are down there.